What's up, YouTubers? It's me, TechGuy071 here today, and I've got an unboxing of the iPhone 6 Plus, 16 gigabytes, the global version, which is basically the same as the T-Mobile version. Alright, so I kind of already unboxed it because I did an unboxing video before, a pre-unboxing video, but it had issues uploading because it was too long, and it kind of screwed up my whole first time unboxing, and I waited a couple days, and now it's October 6th. I received it on October 2nd. Activation went smooth, so I'm going to try to do this briefly and quickly because I know people want to see details, and so I'm going to make this a full review and unboxing. So here's the beautiful phone. I got the white, so the silver, sorry. So here's one thing I kind of encountered with this phone. It's kind of like the iPhone first generation, but like a billion times better. So, the old iPhone, the first iPhone was bent like this in the screen. It was curved edges, but there was a bezel. Here, as you may notice, compared to the 5S, there's no rounded, there's no, like those weird bezels that have those edges, that you can see them and feel them. The squared edges. This is like totally rounded out, so it's better scrolling. You still have your fingerprint scanner, which is integrated from the 5S. You have your vibrator button, your volume rocker up and down. This side is nothing besides your antenna. And this top right here, this antenna is for NFC. And you have your 8 megapixel iSight camera with true tone flash. The flash is pretty bright. Kind of got it in my face the other day by mistake, and it felt terrible. The Apple logo is sort of integrated in there, sort of like stainless steel. Pretty good specs. It's 5.5-inch iPhone, the silver version. And the power button is on the right. And you got your SIM eject tool on this side right here. See how that little dot is? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the phone aside. And we're going to go ahead and get into the box. So here you have your manuals with your Apple stickers and whatnot. Like a nice... this camera's so weird to record. This is the iPad mini camera because my camcorder, I don't know where it went. So this other stuff, Apple stickers, I already took them out. So yeah, kind of sort of unboxed this thing already. So I wanted to post that first time unboxing, but then while I updated to iOS 8.1 beta, I kind of lost that video also, so I couldn't recover it. So here in the box you have your typical, I had to use the power brick of course, but you have your power cable, the lightning connector. There you go. 1-volt charger. Alright, and your earpods. That's the box. One thing I didn't point out when I unboxed this thing was the fact that the Apple logo tells you the color of the phone. So if you're getting multiple phones, which I did, you're gonna see that this logo is gray. So it's it's like a metallic gray. So it's the gray. It's the silver color. If it's like this silverish, it's the silver. You could get this confused with the space gray one, which I can understand when you look at the box, but you'll notice the difference when you compare them. In the back here, I'm just gonna have to cover the specs of a. Oh crap! Hold on, camera's falling. All right, there you go. So it's 16 gig. All your information here. It's global unlocked edition. Unlocking was fairly easy. I unlocked over the phone, and it was pretty quick. So we're gonna go ahead and go through the phone. I'm gonna do a specs comparisons here with the Galaxy S5, which is also it's also a dual core phone, quad core phone, dual core. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much different cores and shit. So, all right. So when you put the Galaxy S5 on top, you'll notice that the iPhone is taller than the Galaxy S5. When you talk about thinness, the iPhone's definitely thinner. The back, the cameras compared to its 13 megapixel, flash, whatever, with NFC and volume in the speaker in the back. With the iPhone, the speakers are on the bottom, and the Thunderbolt and the lightning connector and your headphone jack are on the bottom. So just a little comparisons there. 401 pixels per inch, on the iPhone 6 Plus compared to, I forgot what the S5 is, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty close when it comes to specs. The S5 screen, it's sharp, but when you compare them, which I will in a second, I just gotta put the other box back into my S5. So I have both of these phones. The S5 is my main phone due to the fact that I can't live without Android. If I were to rely on iOS completely, iOS is a good operating system, but the only problem with iOS is that you can't do torrents. There's certain limitations to iOS. So that's the downside about iOS. I would say it's a little bit more open source. So if you ever wanted to go ahead and jailbreak, you probably get a lot of stuff just like Android. So I want this jailbreak for the phone to come out. So we're gonna boot it up. Alright, you can see the boot time's pretty good. So the screen is so big it won't fit on camera, literally. So I'm gonna try to make this a little easier. Screen is pretty bright right now. It's at full brightness. I'm actually kind of upset that I had to do this unboxing this way. I wanted to do it from scratch, but hey, this fingerprint scanner is pretty accurate. Oh yeah, when you boot it up the first time, you can't do fingerprint scanner. So hold on, let me put my password in. All right, so there you go. It's on T-Mobile. So I'm gonna just go through a couple of the specs here. You can do landscape, portrait, home screen. If you double tap here, the home button, it'll bring everything down. Double tap again, it'll bring everything up. Now, the thing that I found is that you have different ways of putting your home screen icons, your layout. When you go to display and brightness, there's something here. It says you have all your settings, but here you have something called you have more options to bold text, whatever. Then you have view, and this is view. Let me click on view here, and yeah, there you go. In view, you have two different types of view. You have like standard, and then you have zoomed. This is standard. This is all standard. But when you're gonna go ahead and do zoomed, you're gonna notice the difference in the home. See, that's zoomed, which I don't like at all. Then when you go here, see, the zoomed is just a zoomed home screen. You have your Touch ID, features. Definitely, when it comes to your camera, the camera definitely improved. I want to show you just a little feature of the camera. I did a video on the camera the other day that I'm about to forward it a little bit. Give me just a second while I prepare it, just to show you sort of how the video is going to work, how the slow motion view looks. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and this is in slow motion view. So you will notice it's in slow motion view and it's playing. So this is a pretty cool slow motion view. You will notice all the details of the camera. As you see, it's slow motion, but you do not lose your resolution. That blinking is because the light wasn't low. So when the light is low, it shows the blinking, which the human eye cannot see. Look at that. that is slow motion view from the 6 Plus. You have your multitasking switcher, you know, pretty accurate phone, pretty fast. So that's been my full in-depth review for the iPhone 6 Plus. And just keep in mind the ambient sensor and all the stuff are in the same place. It's a pretty good phone. I also have, you know, some cases which I almost forgot to show you. I have two cases right now that I can demonstrate. This case right here, this is the regular shell case I bought at Best Buy. You see, just snap it in, and when you want to get it out, put the phone in. That's my main case. But I also bought a little case before I got the phone on Amazon, which didn't come out too good, because as you can tell, it's clear, it's nice, but when you go and put the phone in, it's like so tight. See, god damn, it's like really tight, and it's one of those cases where they were like, it could fit, could not, you know, they kind of guessed the specs of the phone. So it's one of those beta cases, and it turned out terrible. I lost $10, but hey, who the hell? You know, it's a good try that I did to try to get a case beforehand. So this closed case is very good because you pretty much just slide your phone in. This is my main case that I use, and that's the case. It's got a holder there, and it's also got a belt thing that you could use to put it on your belt, which gives a lot of bulk to the phone. So if you do drop your phone a lot, you might like this case because it gives you bulk. It was $25, so see, the belt buckle case for the 6 Plus. So that's been my review of the iPhone 6 Plus. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.